Hi, my name is Megan Gidley and I'm the Director of Marketing with Connect.
I'm Caitlin Mann, the Marketing Analyst.
Welcome back to the Get Connected podcast. Today, we're here with Bo, Grace, and the Sanctuary of Hope Stables. We're going to be talking about what Sanctuary of Hope is and hearing some testimonies from people that have been involved. Let's dive in.
Ray, thank you for taking time out of your day to sit and chat with me. I am very excited to learn about the Sanctuary of Hope Stables and what inspired you to get it started. How are you today?
I'm well, blessed to be here.
Great. Well, let's get started. What is the Sanctuary of Hope Stables?
The Sanctuary of Hope Stables is a nonprofit ministry that exists to provide a safe and loving environment where working with horses brings the truth of Scripture to life and brings hope into the lives of at-risk youth and their families.
Awesome. What inspired you to help at-risk kids through their troubles?
Probably the biggest thing that really got me and the wife thinking about this is we had hired a girl on. We also run the stables here called Triple R Stables, where we train and market horses. And we hired a girl who was a teenage girl, going through some real hard times in life. She had been adopted and was facing depression and rejection. And after she came here, we saw so much healing happen. And the big thing was the interaction with the horses. God uses the horse to bring hope and to bring healing into these children's lives. And we really saw the need of putting on a program to help more children just like her.
Ray, what do you personally enjoy most about this event?
Wow, good question. What do I enjoy most? Probably seeing results, having feedback from people who have been there, and also watching our youth in the community improve their horsemanship. I see where people have become trainers who were really not that interested in horses, have now stepped up and become horse trainers, and just watching the horsemanship skills change completely. And it's so rewarding to see that, and also just bringing all those horse people together in one big event is so rewarding at the end, and also creating a family-friendly atmosphere. We're very clean, we're a gospel-based event, and we share the love of Jesus Christ through the event, and that just blesses my heart.
How did the Sanctuary of Hope Stables get started?
This was something that was laid on my wife Ruby and I's hearts. This desire that we had to bless our community using the skills and talents that we have with the horses and what God has given us here, and to share the hope of the gospel and the experience that we've been through. But we didn't have time or to know how to get started. And then God brought me and Matt Oswald together as I shared with him what was on our hearts. Him and his wife Chris had the very same idea. We had facilities and horses. They didn't have the space, but they had the vision. So the two of us as families teamed together and started Sanctuary of Hope Stables.
That is awesome. Thank you.
Matt, thank you for sitting down with me today. Who are you? Give me a little bit of background on who you are.
Yeah, my name's Matt Oswald. I've been involved with Sanctuary of Hope Stables for about 2 years now. This is it's a part-time ministry for me. That's something I do in the evenings and so forth. I've been involved with horses pretty much all my life, and this was just a way that we could use those experiences to honor the Lord and to minister to people.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about your journey and how you were able to get to this place with Sanctuary of Hope?
Well, I guess my wife and I had been involved in a Christian camping ministry for almost 30 years, in one way or another. And when that came to an end, I ended up taking a job that was unrelated, but we were still had horses, and we're still looking for a way to be able to use those experiences and so forth to be able to impact lives for Christ. And but we just weren't really sure how to go about it. We've known Ray Raber for a long time, and one day Ray and I were talking, and he was expressing that he had this facility and these horses, and wanted to be able to find a way to use them in a ministry setting. Well, we've been looking for a place to do something, and so So that's kind of how it all began. We just started talking and praying, and we had some connection with another similar ministry in Indiana that my sister-in-law had helped start, and my daughter had been heavily involved with. And so, putting those experiences together, we just started again talking and praying, and after about a year and a half, we actually got things up and running.
Why have you stayed involved with Sanctuary of Hope for as long as you have?
Well, I guess I just felt like from the beginning that this was something that the Lord gave us to do, and until He says it's time to be done, I'm going to keep pressing on. Probably the other thing that's been big for me is, like I say, my wife helped us get this ministry started. She was kind of the driving force behind the motivation to keep us moving forward. And she was involved for almost a year, and then she passed away about a little over a year ago. And so to be able to carry on something that she was passionate about has been big for me.
Well, I am sorry to hear about your loss, truly. But I'm glad that this place can keep you connected in a lot of ways. What benefit have you seen the children that come to Sanctuary of Hope have, or benefits?
I guess I've been able to see kids overcome fears. We've had some kids that come in with some anxiety issues, and working with a horse can be a scary thing. They're big animals. They can be intimidating, and yet we can use that to help teach kids how to work through those anxieties and fears. There's always going to be things in life that we can be fearful of, but if we can help kids to understand that God is there with them to see them through those difficult times, that's something that you carry through the rest of their lives.
100%, I agree. Is there anything else you would like to share about your story, about Sanctuary of Hope, the impacts, or anything?
I guess for me, it's just rewarding to see people's lives change, and that's all to the glory of God, for the work that He's doing in lives, being able to share the principles of God's Word, and share the hope that's found in Jesus Christ.
Thank you for sitting down with me. I truly appreciate it, and for sharing your story. It's been very touching.
Thank you.
Today, I'm sitting down with Naomi Cottle, and she's going to be giving us a bit of a background into her daughter's story and experience with Sanctuary of Hope. Naomi, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. It's a beautiful day outside.
Yeah.
God is good.
Yes, He is. So why don't you give me a little bit of a background and tell me a little bit about your story and how your daughter went through the process of Sanctuary of Hope.
Okay, well, Gabriella is 9. She'll be 10 in September. She has went through 2 sessions, 8 weeks at each time. And it has been so good for her. She has come out of her shell more and more. She does not have a dad in her life. When she was 5, her dad and I separated and got divorced, and it really hurt her. And I don't know if she blames herself or feels like she did something wrong. She does have some anger problems, and I feel like she has really been able to process through that with working with a horse and learning the responsibilities of how to treat a horse, and being respectful and kind and just all of the above. And in order for the horse to respect her, she needs to be kind to it. And then taking it into everyday life, if you don't respect people, they're not going to treat you nice. And she struggles a little bit, mostly with her sister. Her sister's 5. I deep down feel she blames her sister for what happened between her dad and I, because she was 1 and then dad disappeared. And which obviously I know that it is not her fault, but it has been good. She has just blossomed with not ever riding a horse or being around horses, like physically touching them, and now she can canter, and it's just amazing to watch. She's a little horsewoman.
Such a journey, yes. Eric, how are you today?
Good. How about you?
Oh, I'm fantastic. I'm excited to learn about you. I know I got a little bit of a cheat earlier. I got to hear all about you, but nobody else did. So why don't you give me a little bit of background on who are you?
I grew up in a Christian home. We moved a lot, and then about 5 years ago, my dad went to prison, and so that was really hard on my family. And then I guess that was kind of, everything went downhill from there.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. And I'm sorry to hear that your family went through that, you and your family. What brought you to Sanctuary Hope? How did you end up coming to this program?
My big sisters like working with horses, so they found this place and found out about the ministry, and so my mom thought that this was a good idea, and so she brought us here.
Now, do you agree with Mom? Was that a good idea?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a good idea. What did it look like when you came to Sanctuary of Hope? What did you go through every day? What'd you do?
We groomed the horse, and then we saddled him, and then we led him at first through obstacles, and then we rode him. And then we did, at the end, we talked and through it.
That's amazing. Did you come to Sanctuary of Hope knowing how to do any of those things?
I had a little bit of experience on riding, but no.
None of the taking care of the horse?
No.
So Eric, how has this program helped you?
Well, it's like helped me be more settled through, my dad going to prison, and know that God is watching me and He cares about everything. And
Is taking care of a horse like anything that you can think of?
yeah, it's like God taking care of us.
Why?
You have to be like patient and kind to the horse, or he'll kick you or whatever.
Won't listen, right?
Yeah. And that's like God's patient and kind with us. And then because we mess up all the time, so He has to forgive us.
And so when a horse messes up, you have to forgive the horse, right? And understand that it makes mistakes and it's growing too. Yeah. What has been your favorite part about being here at Sanctuary of Hope?
When I got saved,
Why don't you tell me a little bit about that? What did that look like?
we were walking up to the part where we talked, and then we were sitting down talking and reading our verse, and then my counselor Matt asked me if I wanted to get saved, and I'd already been wanting to do that, and I guess my past was like doing it, like asking God to save me, but it wasn't like real. It was just kind of, I guess, because I didn't want to go to hell. And so then I said yes,
And you meant it this time.
yeah, I did.
That's amazing. Eric, is there anything else about your story, who you are, Sanctuary of Hope, that you want to share?
Just want to say thank you to this ministry, and I hope it goes well.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sitting down with me, and good luck. It's too many. There's no way. And then here, I'll actually just click it for you. You get in spot, and even if we mess up, just keep rolling.
All right.
Yeah, come up a little bit.
I know. That's why I told you he was scary. I wasn't lying. Are we
like,
both center? Thank you for watching our podcast with Ray Raber. If you missed our live stream event or you want to know more information, go to our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. Have a great week.